Many people believe that motivation is the engine of success. They wait for inspiration to strike, for passion to ignite, or for the perfect moment to act. The reality is different. Motivation is fleeting, unreliable, and often influenced by external circumstances. Discipline, on the other hand, is consistent, dependable, and self-sustaining. It is the silent force that separates people who achieve from those who only dream. Understanding why discipline beats motivation is the key to lasting success, productivity, and personal mastery. Motivation is temporary, discipline is permanent. Motivation fluctuates constantly. Some days you feel inspired, energized, and ready to conquer the world. Other days, fatigue, doubt, or distraction can extinguish that spark. Relying solely on motivation is like trying to drive a car on a fuel supply that randomly disappears. Discipline is the engine that runs regardless of feelings, energy levels, or mood. It is built through habit, consistency, and commitment to process. While motivation is a momentary surge, discipline is the structure that ensures progress every day. People who achieve greatness act even when motivation is absent, because discipline does not rely on emotion. Discipline creates consistency. Consistency is the backbone of mastery. Whether it is learning a skill, building a business, or improving health, results are generated through repeated effort over time. Motivation alone cannot create this consistency. You may feel motivated for one day, a week, or a month, but true results require ongoing action. Discipline ensures that effort is applied daily, even when the excitement fades. This consistent application compounds, producing outcomes that far exceed those achieved by sporadic bursts of motivated effort. Discipline beats motivation because it turns intention into action, action into habit, and habit into results. Discipline reduces decision fatigue. Every choice in life requires mental energy. Motivation often involves assessing feelings, weighing desires, and deciding whether to act. This can create decision fatigue and delay action. Discipline eliminates uncertainty by creating predetermined routines, habits, and systems. You no longer need to rely on mood or inspiration to take action. The structured approach reduces mental strain and increases efficiency. Discipline is freedom disguised as structure. It is the ability to act automatically on what matters most, without hesitation or reliance on fluctuating feelings. Discipline protects you from procrastination. Procrastination is the enemy of progress. Motivation may encourage action initially, but when enthusiasm fades, delays creep in. Discipline provides a built-in mechanism to overcome procrastination. By committing to a process, setting schedules, and following through regardless of desire, you bypass the trap of waiting for motivation. Discipline is where action is taken despite resistance, fatigue, or distraction. It ensures that tasks are completed, goals are advanced, and momentum is maintained, even on days when motivation is absent. Motivation is influenced by external factors. Motivation is often triggered by external stimuli, inspiring speeches, videos, social media, or other people. While these sources can temporarily boost energy, they are unreliable and outside personal control. Discipline is internal and self-generated. It is built through habit, values, and deliberate choices. Reliance on external motivation makes progress dependent on circumstance. Discipline creates independence. When you cultivate discipline, you become your own driver of action, unaffected by mood, trends, or external events. This autonomy is a key differentiator between those who succeed and those who struggle. Discipline builds character and self-respect. Consistently acting in alignment with values and goals strengthens character. Discipline is not just about completing tasks. It is about developing integrity, resilience, and self-respect. When you follow through even when it is difficult, you reinforce confidence in your abilities. Motivation may encourage effort when convenient, but discipline builds a track record of reliability and trust in yourself. Character becomes a byproduct of disciplined action. Self-respect grows as you realize that success is not dependent on feelings, but on deliberate, persistent effort. Discipline turns action into habit. Habits are automatic behaviors formed through repetition. Motivation alone cannot create habits because it fluctuates. Discipline ensures that actions are repeated consistently until they become ingrained. Once habits are established, minimal mental energy is required to maintain them. This is where long-term success is born. Discipline beats motivation because it transforms conscious effort into automatic excellence. Habits built through discipline carry you forward even when motivation is absent, creating sustainable growth and results. Discipline allows you to face challenges calmly. Motivation is vulnerable to obstacles. When difficulty arises, the initial spark may fade, leaving frustration and discouragement. Discipline, however, equips the mind to act regardless of circumstances. It fosters resilience, patience, and adaptability. By focusing on process rather than fleeting emotion, disciplined individuals navigate setbacks calmly and effectively. They do not wait for motivation to return. They rely on established routines, principles, and commitment to continue. Discipline turns adversity into an opportunity to reinforce strength, perseverance, and mastery. Discipline enables long-term vision. Motivation often encourages short-term action motivated by immediate gratification or excitement. Discipline supports long-term vision by emphasizing consistent progress toward meaningful goals. People with discipline prioritize what matters most, execute systems, and invest time in actions that compound over months and years. Motivation alone cannot sustain this level of focus and commitment. Discipline bridges the gap between vision and reality, transforming ambition into tangible results. Those who understand this principle are able to achieve monumental outcomes, while others chase fleeting bursts of inspiration. Motivation is the spark, discipline is the fire. Motivation is useful. It can ignite interest, curiosity, or initial effort. However, without discipline, it quickly burns out. Discipline is the sustained fire that keeps progress moving long after the spark fades. It ensures that action continues consistently, momentum builds, and goals are reached. The combination of motivation and discipline is powerful, but discipline is the foundation. Relying on motivation alone is like trying to keep a fire alive with a single spark. Discipline provides the fuel, structure, and persistence to create lasting results. Here is a thought to reflect on. Many people wait for motivation to strike before acting. The truth is, waiting guarantees delay, inconsistency, and frustration. Discipline transforms ordinary days into extraordinary outcomes. It turns effort into habit, struggle into resilience, and goals into reality. Motivation may inspire you occasionally, but discipline carries you through every day, challenge, and setback. Discipline is not a choice. Imagine applying this principle in daily life. Begin by identifying key areas where you rely on motivation: workouts, studying, work projects, or personal growth. Replace reliance on fluctuating feelings with intentional routines, schedules, and systems. Commit to action regardless of mood. Over time, the small disciplined efforts compound into habits, and habits compound into mastery. Discipline beats motivation because it converts potential into results, effort into achievement, and intention into action. Here is a challenge for today. Identify one area where motivation has failed you repeatedly. Implement a disciplined routine that ensures progress every day, independent of mood or desire. Track results over a week. Notice how consistency builds confidence, momentum, and tangible outcomes. Discipline transforms life, not through inspiration, but through deliberate, repeated action. Motivation may fade, but discipline endures. Before concluding, remember this: motivation is fragile, temporary, and often unreliable. Discipline is durable, consistent, and self-sustaining. Success is rarely achieved by those waiting for inspiration. It is achieved by those committed to action, process, and perseverance. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary results lies in the ability to act with discipline when motivation is absent. Build routines, maintain consistency, and focus on what you can control. Discipline is where dreams become reality. If you apply these principles daily, you will notice a transformation in results, mindset, and self-confidence. Life becomes manageable, progress becomes inevitable, and success becomes predictable. Motivation may guide you occasionally, but discipline ensures you never stop moving forward. For more insights, strategies, and mindset mastery, subscribe to Mindset Power Code. Your journey to consistent success starts now.